Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video, and this is the first one in a series of 3 videos that I want to do. This is going to be the top 10-ish non-metal singers that are in my personal music collection. So there will be some greats that I do admire, but just don't have because I don't have any of their stuff. For example, I think Little Richard was a tremendous talent and had an incredible voice, but he's not shown because I don't have any Little Richard in my collection. So that's just one example. So here I'm intentionally doing my best to avoid the metal, but there's a lot of hard rock in here. I'm not gonna deny that, but I did try to steer clear away from metal for this one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the list. Number 10 on the list would be Dave Gahan, however you say it, of Depeche Mode. I think his voice is incredibly well suited to the electronic style of music that Depeche Mode is known for, and it just, creates this ambiance, this atmosphere, does great, right? There you go. That's number 10. Number 9, probably one of the most influential rock vocalists ever. This guy's had a tremendous impact on rock vocals in general, but because this band has had a gigantic impact on rock in general. And we're going to be talking about Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin, of course. He was kind of the origin of, what style of vocals would I say? Like, kind of like the kind of shouting kind of vocals that a lot of bands do, that are known for. In fact, the next one I'm going to show is very much in the same vein as Led Zeppelin, as far as their vocal stylings, but they don't sound anything like Zeppelin, but you'll see what I mean as I get into the next one. So anyway, that's number 9. We're gonna call this number 8, and it's a tie. I can't help myself because 2 vocalists of the same band, and I can't pick a favorite between the two. Bon Scott and Brian Johnson, of course, of AC/DC. I feel AC/DC was the band that really popularized that style of vocal. Honorable mention would go to Axl Rose, but he's not really an originator of that style, but he definitely carried it, more forward. He's probably the most famous other example I can think of that style of vocals. But I don't think Axl's all that great of a singer, really. And as far, he's solid, but I definitely think the guys in AC/DC have better pipes on them than Axl does, and I feel the same way about Robert Plant as well. So anyway, that was number 8. Yeah. So yes. Okay, so we're moving on to number 7 now. And the next one, absolutely trippy, yada, yada, yada. And that, of course, is Jim Morrison of The Doors, right? Absolutely great voice. It, again, meshed together really extremely well with the music. So there you go. The Doors. There's a reason they're still, so emulated to this day. Lots of cover versions of their songs, especially, yeah, there's a reason. They're great. So there you go. That takes us down to the next one. And this one is a cheat because in this band, pretty much all the band members shared lead vocal duties in a lot of their songs. So it's not just going to be one singer. It's going to basically just be the group because, again, they created such an awesome atmosphere. And I will just credit the band Pink Floyd You know, Rogers, now I know Roger Waters wrote most of the lyrics, but he didn't belt them all out in all of their songs. But yeah, absolutely tremendous vocals coming from Pink Floyd, you know, in their classic era. You know, incredible stuff, absolutely incredible. And again, changed the entire face of music. Okay, moving on to number, what are we up to? Ooh, this is number 5, so the halfway mark, right? And sorry for that loud noise. Number 5 would be Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. I think, again, he just, you know, does a great job for what he is. He's, you know, and I think he's got pretty good vocal range, really good chops, and he makes number 5 for me. Okay. Number 4. You may or may not expect this one coming from me. I mean, I talk about this artist. I don't know how much I've talked about him in my videos, but I've talked about him some. Not nearly as much as Who's Left. But the reason this guy's making the list is because his mimicry abilities are vast, and he really has great range. And that is Weird Al. You know, I think he is just, you know, absolutely great. I mean, his talent is just enormous, and he's got really good vocal chops as well. So there you go. There's that. Now we're getting into the top 3. Okay? So, here we are. Number 3. It was kind of hard to order the top 3, really. I had difficulty with this, but I had to do it somehow. And number 3 is Trent Reznor of 9 Nails, and I think the reason he made it so high onto the list is just the amount of emotion that he puts into his vocal delivery is so much. Like, you feel, like, you hear the emotion, all the emotions he's just pouring into his lyrics. It's insane the way he conveys that through his delivery of what he does. Absolutely incredible. Right, so we're down to number 2, right? And number 2 is Johnny Cash. Now, he doesn't have the most technical ability or the greatest range, but again, that emotional, I placed him so high on the list, again, because of the emotional delivery. Every song he sings, you know he means it 100%. And it's just an absolutely fantastic delivery. And, you know, every little bit is just right in there, and it just gets you every single time. And lastly, number 1, drum roll, is another tie. Sorry, I couldn't help myself but give another tie. Now, both of these people that I'm going to show off for my number 1 have such incredible technical ability, emotions out the you know, flawless performances, blah 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 blah. Truly, both of these people are probably genetically gifted for singing, and honed their craft to a ridiculous amount. And of course, who am I going to show? Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson. I mean, the two, you know, just two of the greatest vocalists of any style of music, you know, ever, right? I can't put Michael or Freddie ahead of each other. They are both just on this whole other level of vocals that, you know, most mere mortals never even get near. So anyway, that's my top 10-ish list of non-metal folks as far as my 10 favorite. Now, the next video in this series is going to be basically 10 Tenish vocalists that may or may not be considered metal depending on who you ask. So cast your guesses for whoever you think is going to be on that list. You probably have some ideas already. There's going to be some pretty obvious ones. There might be a few oddball ones that you don't see coming, hopefully. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this. As always, live long or prosper, keep on rocking, do all the normal crap, and I'll see you all next time.